conditions can be expected. Please refer to your local burn permitting authorities whether you may burn outdoors. If you do burn outside, use extreme caution. The Atlanta 45 p.m. The normal high is 78. The record high is 91 degrees, which was last night in 1952. Today's low temperature of 45 occurred at 6:09 a.m. The normal low is 58. The record low is 38 degrees, which was last set in 1944. The mean temperature was 57 degrees and was 11 degrees below the normal of 68. No precipitation fell today, which leaves the monthly total at 0.00 inches. This is 0.89 inches below the normal amount of 0.89 inches for May. The total precipitation for the year still stands at 31.40 inches, which is 13.47 inches above normal. Days today. This leaves the monthly total at 28. The yearly total since January 1st is 121. Sunset tonight is at 8:26 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow is at 6:42 a.m. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Atlanta listening area. Tonight, clear, then becoming partly cloudy after midnight, then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 40s. Southwest winds up to 10 miles an hour. Friday, windy. A chance of showers in the morning, then showers likely with a slight chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 60s. Southwest winds 15 to 25 miles an hour. Chance of rain 60%. Friday night, windy. Partly cloudy. A 50% chance of showers in the evening. Lows around 40. Northwest winds 15 to 25 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny.
Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m.
The lower 40s. Light and variable winds. And now the extended forecast. Sunday and Sunday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 70s. Lows in the upper 40s. Monday and Monday night, mostly clear. Highs in the lower 70s. Lows in the mid-40s. Tuesday and Tuesday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the mid-70s. Lows around 50. Wednesday through Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 80s. Lows in the upper 50s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta.
W4.
Here is the hazardous weather outlook.
Repeater.
This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, high fire danger conditions are expected this afternoon over most of north and central Georgia due to low relative humidity. And now the extended outlook for the period Friday through Wednesday. There will be a chance of thunderstorms over north and central Georgia Friday and Friday evening ahead of a cold front. At this time, storms are expected to remain below severe limits. A freeze watch is in effect late Friday night into Saturday morning for far northeast Georgia. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 7:04 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were taken at 6 p.m. Atlanta, it was fair. 69 degrees, dew point 34, relative humidity 27%. Wind north at 15 miles an hour, gusting to 22 miles an hour. Pressure was 30.08 inches and falling. Around Atlanta, Chamblee, it was fair, 66 degrees, wind west at 13 miles an hour, gusting to 20 miles an hour. Marietta, it was mostly sunny, 68 degrees, wind northwest at 9 miles an hour. Mableton, it was fair, 68 degrees, wind northwest at 7 miles an hour. Peachtree City, it was fair, 70 degrees, wind northwest at 9 miles an hour. Lawrenceville, it was fair, 67 degrees, wind west at 8 miles an hour, gusting to 20 miles an hour. Cartersville, it was fair, 69 degrees, wind variable at 3 miles an hour. Kennesaw, it was fair, 66 degrees, wind northwest at 8 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, Athens, it was fair, 70 degrees, wind north at 12 miles an hour, gusting to 18 miles an hour. Gainesville, it was fair, 67 degrees, wind northwest at 10 miles an hour, gusting to 20 miles an hour. Macon, it was fair, 72 degrees, wind west at 9 miles an hour. Columbus, it was fair, 72 degrees, wind northeast at 9 miles an hour. Birmingham, it was fair, 70 degrees, wind variable at 3 miles an hour. Rome, it was fair, 70 degrees, wind variable at 3 miles an hour. Chattanooga, it was fair, 6. Asheville, it was fair, 62 degrees, wind northwest at 16 miles an hour, gusting to 24 miles an hour. Augusta, it was fair, 72 degrees, wind west at 10 miles an hour.
Hello,
St.
Jim.
Simon's Island,
I'm going to be net
it was
control
fair,
tonight.
69.
This is Bert, KE4FOV. Okay, I am running a little bit late right now. Yeah, I just realized that this is 7 instead of 8, even after telling everybody else that. So I'll be ready in about 5 minutes or so.
Two.
Miles an hour. Gainesville, it was fair, 65 degrees, wind west at 8 miles an hour. Macon, it was fair, 71 degrees, wind northwest at 8 miles an hour. Columbus, it was fair, 72 degrees, wind north at 7 miles an hour. Birmingham, it was fair, 69 degrees, wind variable at 6 miles an hour. Rome, it was fair, 69 degrees, wind north at 6 miles an hour. Chattanooga, it was fair, 68 degrees, wind west at 6 miles an hour. Asheville, it was fair, 60 degrees, wind north at 16 miles an hour, gusting to 22 miles an hour. Augusta, it was fair, 71 degrees, wind northwest at 10 miles an hour. St. Simon's Island, it was fair, 68 degrees, wind southeast at 7 miles an hour. High fire danger conditions this afternoon and early evening for much of north and central Georgia due to low relative humidity. Relative humidity values this afternoon will drop to 20 to 25% in the afternoon overall but for North Georgia. In addition, northwest winds will average 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts to near 20 miles per hour. With dry fuels, high fire danger conditions can be expected. Please refer to your local burn permitting authorities whether you may burn outdoors. If you do burn outside, use extreme caution. Southwest winds up to 10 miles an hour. Friday, windy. A chance of showers in the morning, then showers likely with a slight chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 60s. Southwest winds 15 to 25 miles an hour. Chance of rain 60%. Friday night, windy. Partly cloudy. A 50% chance of showers in the evening. Lows around 40. Northwest winds 15 to 25 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the mid-60s. Northwest winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Saturday night, partly cloudy. Lows in the lower 40s. Light and variable winds. And now the extended forecast. Sunday and Sunday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 70s. Lows in the upper 40s. Monday and Monday night, mostly clear. Highs in the lower 70s. Lows in the mid-40s. Tuesday and Tuesday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the mid-70s. Lows around 50. Wednesday through Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 80s. Lows in the upper 50s. For more detailed weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. The Atlanta Climate Summary for this evening, as of 4 p.m., May 7th, 2020. Today's high temperature of 69 degrees occurred at 2:45 p.m. The normal high is 78. The record high is 91 degrees, which was last set in 1952. Today's low temperature of 45 occurred at 6:09 a.m. The normal low is 58. The record low is 38 degrees, which was last set in 1944. The mean temperature was 57 degrees and was 11 degrees below the normal of 68. No precipitation fell today, which leaves the monthly total at 0.00 inches. This is 0.89 inches below the normal amount of 0.89 inches for May. The total precipitation for the year still stands at 31.40 inches, which is 13.47 inches above normal.
W4DOC repeater.
Good evening, folks. This is Bert E4FOV. I will be your net control operator tonight. I apologize for being a little bit late. I got confused between the net happening tonight at 7 o'clock and usually happening at 8 on Sunday. That's my fault. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be kind of loose and just more fun than anything else in terms of how we're doing it tonight. So one of the things we have is some of this stuff is getting out on YouTube. And Jim, how about you stepping in and explaining how all that works for us?
W4DOC repeater.
Okay, thanks for that information. One question is there a process where people listening on YouTube can ask questions and respond to comments and so forth?
contact W4JW.
Go ahead, Jeff.
First question, question and then a comment. So question is, where is the YouTube link? And then comment is, I am still, Steven's got, the Echolink device is up, but it's using a new build, and so I'm still working on trying to get it going. But where is? Oh, I found the YouTube link. Disregard that question, but I'm still working on Echolink.
Okay. Well, I want to thank Stephen for doing some work on Echolink this afternoon as well. And of course, thanks to you, Jeff, also. We've been without Echolink for a while, and it's going to be nice to get it back online. KE4FOV. Okay. Well, at this point, let's go ahead and do some check-ins. And as you do a check-in, if you have a question or a topic or something you want to talk about tonight, include in your check-in when I call to acknowledge you. Let's go ahead and start. Got you down, Jim, and Jeff, I've got you down, so. I'll have myself down, KE4FOV, so that is 3. Let's go ahead and take some additional check-ins. Please call net control now. This is informal, but basically the same rules we use on Sunday night. Key up, say this is, and then make sure you're not doubling with somebody before you give your call sign and handle. And then add a comment if you'd like.
This is November 4, Charlie, India, Papa. And for CIP, Scott, out in Douglas County. Good evening, everyone.
This is November 1, Romeo Bravo Delta, N1 RBD, Richard, downtown Duluth.
Okay. In for CIP, Scott in Douglasville, and N1 RBD, Richard in Duluth.
BL146.2.
Oh, come on, we got more than just a couple of check-ins, right? Come on, somebody call.
This is KW4MO, Kilo Whiskey 4, Mike Oscar. Allen in Atlantic Station, or Midtown Atlanta, whichever.
This is KM4, Mike 4, Romeo Kilo Tango, Greg, Mobile and
KM4WJR, Craig in Decatur, relatively new ham and getting more involved in the community.
KO4DQ. Anthony? Let's see. KW4MO, Alan? KM4M, Greg? I may have left one character off the end of that. KN4WJR. Any of those need corrections?
Recheck KM4RKT, Kilo Mike 4, Romeo, Kilo Tango.
W4DOC repeater.
Okay. Kilo Tango. Did I get that one right, or is that
Hear you. I'm just now reaching Lithonia. My receive is a little choppy. Call sign is Kilo Mike 4, Romeo, Kilo Tango.
Hey, sorry about that. KM4 RKT mobile. Sounds good. Thank you. Any other questions? And please, if anybody has a question or comment, go ahead and make that now if you want to, or we'll go through the list again here in a few minutes.
Want a Hamfest announcement in 4CIP.
Go ahead with your announcement.
I'm sorry, I was asking, I would like to have a Hamfest announcement, see if there's any Hamfest coming up here in 4CIP.
I'll give you that information here in just a minute. What's the handle there?
Next Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m.
Yes, my name is Scott. Sir Charlie Oscar Tango Tango in 4CIP.
Thank you, Scott. This is informal. Why don't we go ahead and stop for an announcement? I don't know if John Talipsky is on the air here. First of all, he's our Hamfest director. John, are you around? Okay. Well, I will go ahead and make the announcement then. Unfortunately, we're having to cancel the Hamfest. Because of the corruption, all the issues associated with it, Cobb County is using the fairgrounds for COVID testing and some other things, and they simply cannot promise that the venue will be available on our normal day. result is that we're really going to have to call it off next year. That we had a different problem last year, and so we haven't had a ham fest in 2 years now, and everybody's disappointed. Nobody more so than me, but a lot of folks are disappointed, I know. And we'll get there about this. You can't get a venue like that for a ham fest on short notice. So we just have to deal with what the county makes available to us. Well, are there any more check-ins at this point? We'll be doing check-ins in and home. This is a very informal net tonight. We got a couple of things to talk about, but I'm looking for you folks to suggest some topics too. Let's go ahead and see if there are any more check-ins right now. KE4FOV, net control. Atlanta Radio Club. Thursday night special net.
This is Kilo November 4, Mike X-Ray Zulu, KN4 MXZ, Walter in Ellenwood.
From you, KN4 MXZ. Thank you. Well, I'm going to bring up another topic that I'd like everybody to think about a little bit. We are coming up on the time of year when we look at elections and electing new officers for the Atlanta Radio Club. I have been president for this past year, and to be honest with you, I've had a lot of things going on and have not been able to provide the time that I need to. So I'm looking for somebody to take my place in the next election. If anybody is interested in being part of the election committee, please contact me. Contact me through email at president at atlantaradioclub.org or all sorts of other ways. But please give it some thought, and we're looking for, first of all, a director for the executive, not the executive committee, meaning the election committee. And that's one of the first things we need to do, is to get an election committee set up so that other candidates have somebody they can go to validate their legitimacy and get started with campaigning.
PL146.2.
Anybody have any questions or comments about that? This is KE4FOV, net control. Whiskey Alpha 5 Tango Sierra uniform. Michael. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it looks like we've got so far, including me. Didn't write myself down. So, 12, 13, including Jim and Joe. I don't really have any more power, but I can probably find a little different location. Okay, well, I'm mobile. I backed out a little bit and was not able to get in at all, apparently. So let me try something else here. Okay, I'm just a little different, few inches difference in the under the carport mobile. Okay, where were we now? Executive committee meeting. Not executive committee meeting, the election committee. Did I understand, Jim, that you're willing to be chairman of that committee this time? Okay, well, thank you. We'll get together a little bit later and go over some details, but I'm sure you know exactly what to do anyway. Okay, any other topics that anybody wants to bring up? No, we have not done anything about field day yet. I guess with the relaxing the rules about social distancing and so forth, we may be able to do something with that. We have discussed it, but no conclusions have been drawn. We may just go ahead and do it at the little park in Gwinnett County that we've been back to so many years. That seems to be a good spot for it.
W4TOC, repeater.
I don't recall the name of that park, but I'm sure some folks remember it. It's a nice little place with some nice pavilions and good parking and so forth. So it's been a lot of fun when we've been there before. So that's sort of the first cut on what we'd like to do, but no decisions have been made yet. KE4FOV. haven't heard anything about it. Lane is usually the one who is most involved in that, and I haven't heard him tonight. The information about that is going to be on the website, though. They usually do at least monthly testing, sometimes more often than that, I think. And Lane is the one to contact about that. You can reach him from the website. I'll reach out to him and make sure that the data on the website's up to date. I'm pretty sure it is, but just to make sure. So I'll put that on my list. Okay, I tell you what, we'll see what we can find out about that and update the website, and also we'll make an announcement on the net this coming Sunday night. Okay, acknowledging KJ4 MMY, David. Okay, Charlie Mike Yankee. Any other check-ins? Let's open it up for additional check-ins now, and anybody who would like to suggest a topic or ask a question or even a complaint, go ahead and check in or speak up and let us know what's on your mind.
This is KW4MF.
KM4MMF, I didn't quite...
Sorry, this is Kilo Whiskey 4 Mike Oscar Allen. I had a question.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
I was just wondering, since we probably won't be able to meet for the club meeting next month, either, should we maybe set up a video chat as well for next time? I mean, I can help with that. I was just wondering.
BL146.2.
Well, we've got a bunch of folks who have had experience with video meetings and so forth. I'm one of them. I'm not trying to say we don't want your help. We'd love to have it, but the real issue is finding a topic of basically a meeting program that is suited well to that kind of video meeting. We've been trying to get one of the guys from the National Weather Service to give us some information on weather service and what all they're doing and WeatherNet and how all that's going on right now. And it turns out that every time he tries to get away to come talk to us, there's something going on and he has to work late that night. So we haven't quite made that come together yet, but we're looking for some programs like that to add on and try and get get something done that doesn't require meeting in person. But the other issue is that I think probably before too long, we're going to be back to the point where we can't meet. I think this coronavirus stuff is gonna go away here, not completely, but get much better. Everybody's got a different opinion on that, so we'll have to wait and see what actually happens. But I'm hoping it's going to get better and we can start meeting in person again before too long. KE4 FOV, net control.
Roger. Thanks for the info. Appreciate it. Back to net.
The idea of meetings brings up another topic I'd like to ask folks if they have any suggestions, and that is, what kind of program would you like? What kind of topics would you be interested in having at the Atlanta Radio Club? Whether they're in person or online. Online certainly is something we'd like to be able to do here for a little while. Yeah, that's a good idea. In fact, I am far from a code plug expert, but I've been able to make it work on my own system. So if nobody else, I could probably give a short presentation on that too. Those are good suggestions. What kind of HF topics would you like to hear? I bet we've got a lot of folks in the club already who could answer a lot of questions in that area.
Net Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m.
Yeah, I don't think I could give a talk about that either, but it certainly is something that is useful information. Maximum takeoff angle, and that's kind of interesting stuff too. Okay, guys, this is supposed to be an interactive kind of thing. Any other comments? Almost anything that has anything remotely to do with ham radio or with Atlanta or almost any topic would be would be good. Anybody got any questions or ideas or anything they want to share? I think I doubled with you for a little bit of that. I heard something about cats and cables. Yeah, I can recall my dad had some problems with squirrels chewing through coax too. That happens sometimes. Since it's outside, you don't always notice it.
W4DOC repeater.
Okay, here's a topic that I just thought of. I'm a ham because, in large extent, because my dad was a ham, and I learned all sorts of things from him. None the least of which was just how much fun it is. How many of the rest of you have been through that? How many of you got involved in ham radio because of another family member, or maybe a friend or somebody like that? Why did you get involved in ham radio? That's an interesting topic. I'm not going to go down the list, but I would ask for several people to respond to that if you have an interesting story to tell. KE4FOV.
Net control, this is KW4ML.
KW4ML, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say I probably got into it because of my dad too. We didn't directly do ham radio together, but he taught me some of the basics of electronics and had me taking things apart. And I remember having one of those electronic sets with the springs, and you connect wires together. And he showed me how to make like a crystal radio and that sort of thing. But eventually my attention got drawn to the more heavier stuff later in the years, and that's how I got into ham radio. So not necessarily directly, but definitely also my father got me into it, I would say. Back to net.
PL146.2.
Yeah, we sometimes forget about how much our parents and others have guided us along through the years. My dad has always been a ham when I've known him, obviously. He got his ham license when he was in high school. In fact, in high school he had an after-school job repairing radios. So he really got into it. And then I got interested in watching him doing things with his HF equipment and 2-meter stuff, and went to some club meetings with him, and sort of got hooked on it at pretty young age. I didn't really get my license until I was out on my own, but I did play with it a lot and enjoyed watching him do it, and really got a lot of fun out of that, and even some closeness with my dad, because we had something in common. Go ahead, Jim. Yeah, that works. Whatever gets your attention and gets you started, I guess, is good. I can recall, I guess I was in high school, and I had been to a radio club meeting with my dad, and we talked about the repeater and phone patch and all that, and one afternoon I decided to just to see what would happen if I dialed the number of the repeater on the phone and then just let it ring for a while. And so I did that, and eventually somebody came on and opened up the patch and started talking, and I said something. He was really unhappy when he realized I was there. But technically I think it was legal, even if a little bit shady. He didn't, the ham with the license actually had control of the auto patch. He could shut me down anytime he wanted to, but he didn't think that was such a good idea for me to be there. He was pretty unhappy. KE4FOV. Go ahead.
W4DOC repeater.
Yeah, that's a good approach, I guess. Internet is a communication medium, and so is ham radio. So there's a little bit of a natural give and take there, I guess. Well, does anybody have any other topics they'd like to like to talk about. We're coming up on 8 o'clock. There's no reason we have to shut it down unless there's nothing anybody has to say. This is sort of an open and free discussion. So anything that you can normally say on the air is okay. Bring up some other topics and let's have some conversation.
UFC.
That sounds like Dick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late. I thought the meeting was at 8 o'clock, so I apologize for being late. And hopefully everyone's doing well, as we are, and still sheltering in place as we're in the over 65 department. So that's that. We're taking things a day at a time. Back to you, K2UFC.
Yep, everything is different, and yet it's still the same. All sorts of stuff going on. Good to hear from you, Dick.
Same to you. Glad to be here. Heard. Hi.
Any other comments? Anybody have anything to say? This is KE4FOV, net control. Okay, sure. I can repeat some announcements. Well, the first one, of course, is the Ham Fest, and that's been officially canceled now. Cobb County is not able to promise that they will have the fairgrounds open at the time we need them. In fact, they're not quite, but just about promising they will not have it open, that they are using it for COVID testing and that sort of thing. So it's got other things that are tying up the parking in the buildings and so forth, and there's just not really another venue we could move to, so we've had to cancel the Ham Fest again this year. That's really disappointing. I hope we can get a really, really good one next year that's worth waiting for, but unfortunately we're having to cancel this year as well. And the other announcement is that it's the time of year for Atlanta Radio Club elections. The actual election is at the August meeting, so we've got some time to get ready, but we need to come up with some slates of officers and get some plans in place and get that whole process rolling. Jim has agreed to be the chairman of the election committee, so he's going to be the one to run things and get it all started. So give him or me a call if you're interested, and I'll get the information over to Jim. Or if you just have any questions, that's fine too. You can reach me at president@atlantaradioclub.org. And I guess Jim You can be reached at N4BFR@AtlantaRadioClub.org or not.
BL146.2.
Okay. N4BFR@AtlantaRadioClub.org. If that doesn't work, N4BFR@ARRL. Is that .net or .org? Okay, either one works. Okay, it's now 8:02. Unless anybody has any additional topics they'd like to cover, I'll go ahead and shut down the net. Any additional questions or comments or anything you'd like to discuss, please call now. This is KE4FOV, Net Control. Okay, Jim, has it been working well on the web, on YouTube? Is the audio getting out good? Okay, well that's all good. Yeah, I know Stephen was working on the Echolink connection, and but I'm not sure what the actual result was. Hopefully he got it up and running. We'll give that a test later this evening. KE4FOV. Let's go ahead and close down the net. If anybody wants to stay on frequency and ask any other questions or just have a chat, you're of course welcome to do so. This is KE4FOV closing the Atlanta Radio Club special Thursday night net.